Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry, and it's time for some more Late Night Battle Brothers. Now, after the horrific incident of these 17 barbarians, it was quite clear that I needed to start a new mercenary company. So let's do that, shall we? Apologies for not getting a video up last night. I, for some reason, got really into playing Disciples 3 again for the first time in quite a while. The revamped version, not the original one. Yeah. the Disciples story, I'd love to go into it sometime, because it's long and complicated and deeply awkward at times. But yeah, I think this time I'm going to start a southern mercenary company. And when I looked at the new banners, I somehow missed this one, which is really nice. I don't think it's ideal for a southern mercenary company, but we have this kind of crusader or Cathar here, holding up a lantern of truth and illumination as some sort of green poison rains down behind him, standing atop a mountain of skulls. So I think for a southern mercenary company, we should use one of these nice new banners, and I quite like the look of this one. And for no particular reason other than I thought up the name a few days ago and it got completely stuck in my head as a good name for a southern mercenary company, we shall call them Aluk. I have no idea if it means anything. Even if the K gets replaced by a Q, it just sounds about right. I'm going to leave the late game crisis to random instead of picking something specific, and we'll go veteran high. Unexplored map, of course. I'm not going to turn on Iron Man mode because sometimes nasty things happen, like computer crashes, or I find out I wasn't recording an episode. Yeah, that hasn't happened in such a long time now. It's only happened once or twice, but still, if there's some kind of technical problem, it can really mess up an Iron Man save. So I'm sticking with this, and we'll see how it goes. Now the south, as I mentioned in previous episodes, is a very different flavour to the northern and central regions of the map. You could have stayed home, never left town, just lived out your days labouring for some vizier. Instead you took up the sword, scrounged what little money the gilder had shone upon you, and started a band of mercenaries. Life as a crownling has taken you places that most others never see. In a sense, you've carved open doors and avenues through violence, but the years have slowly weighed down your neck with the nasty truth. You're barely a step above a brigand. You get hired by locals to do simple things for simple pay and then sent on your way. You want the Aluk to be bigger than that. You want your company shown to the vizier's officers. You want it to gain the glory it deserves. And maybe you want it to even travel north to faraway lands. Hell, maybe in the north they treat a mercenary with respect. If you believe that, pal, I think you may be in for some severe disappointment. Of course, it won't be easy. You've just a few men on hand. But those men are Abani, Nasser al-Qasim, and Tawid ibn Jalaf, the finest fighters you've ever known. With them at your side, the whole world shall come to know the Aluk. The Gilder will reveal to us the way. Well, let's head into Al-Anwar and see what is available for us. We have some money, we're going to want a bit more food, we're going to make sure we have shields, spears, basic starting equipment. And what do we have for starting brothers? We have Abani. He is brutal, so he hits hard if he hits him on the head, but he misses a bit more often than some other brothers. Okay. And he has a fire lance, a spear of southern design with an explosive charge that will spew fire over 2 tiles when ignited. The charge is only usable once per battle, but automatically refilled after battle. So we will need to keep track of ammunition. He has a thick nomad robe, a leather head wrap, and an adarga shield. Actually, adarga sounds a bit Spanish, but then I suppose the Moors did invade Spain, so there's a kind of cultural crossover there. So adarga, I don't know what the exact pronunciation of that is. A light wooden shield with a metal frame covered in leather. Offers good protection against ranged attacks due to its size, but is not very sturdy. So the adarga, compared to a northern round shield, has slightly less durability, slightly higher range defense. We have Nazir Al-Qasim, who has a two-handed maul for knocking in fence posts. Here's the thing though, Nazir. Fence posts can't dodge. There's a leather nomad robe, as opposed to a thick nomad robe. Southern head wrap, Optimist, and Death Wish. So he would be good at, if he had lots of fatigue. He's got the resolve and the melee defense, so if we could put him in a lot of armor, maybe get him a shield, or keep him with his 200 weapon, who knows. And we have Tawid ibn Jalaf. Ibn means son of, or from, hailing from this place. Because there's Ibn and there's the other one, and there's Al, isn't it? He is gluttonous, so he eats lots and lots of food. We'll stick him in the back ranks for now. It offsets one this way, I think, so that should be alright. He has a crude basic knife and a composite bow. So that means it's... is it built or backed? It could be both. Hang on. So a built bow is a composite bow where you have many layers of wood. Kind of like plywood, right? Glued together. And a backed bow has reinforcements on the back towards the ends. This looks definitely built, might be backed as well. It's a pretty good bow. I'm not entirely sure how it compares to a northern bow just yet, but it's good enough for now. Also, he has this old bony helmet that lets him see in the dark, so he can shoot enemies at full range even at night. Abani here, stick with his leather head wrap. Well, we're going to want to hire some more men for our company. We have Faris, Malik al-Bajani, Radwan ibn Wazi, Tamim al-Sawid, Witold, a northerner, Sahir the Grotesque, Jamil. He'd be cheap as a beggar, he wouldn't ask for much. Jacoba ibn Abad and Junaid al-Bajani. It's not Ned, it's Naid. Right. He might be worth grabbing, actually. Yeah, sure, we'll take him. And he will be good with a sling, so yeah, definitely keep him. We'll want to get him a backup weapon. And then if we can get one more frontliner with our large amounts of money from the south here. This is a manhunter. Now, I don't believe he's going to take people prisoner the same way that the manhunters do in their own origin. It might be interesting if that event would occur occasionally, having one manhunter in the party, even if you're not playing that origin. Let's take that Radwan and place him here. And then we're going to want some equipment. Prices in the southern regions are high. We have a spear here, that's good. We can give that to him, and give his knife to our slinger here as a backup weapon, and then we'll try get him a shield as well. Oh yeah, another Adarga. Different cut. Ooh, hello. I see pretties. I see serious pretties for our hammerman. Look at this, a wrapped southern helmet. Spiked skull cap with mail. Oh, that is good, actually. Yeah, we can take that. Let's take both of these. Because you always want to protect your head in a fight, right? There we go. Got him some proper headgear. And Abani has earned this. Now, Abani gets the lesser helm because he has a shield. And Nazar needs to get used to wearing heavier equipment, to be honest. I mean, look, this is a very tanky setup right here. This is more of an attacky one. I mean, this is... For those of you who haven't quite worked it out yet, this is blatantly the northern mercenary start, just in the south. And we'll give him the bandages, because he's got the big skull helmet on, which means if we need to look for a back ranker who's got our only set of bandages, he'll easily stand out. Tools, medicine... yeah, that's all high prices, okay. This isn't a bad price, to be honest. Let's see. Linothorax. Linothorax makes sense, but given that it's actually linen, it's a breastplate of reinforced linen, so it's cloth. So linothorax makes more sense. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to butcher it and say it wrong, so I probably just won't use them that much necessarily. It's very similar, actually, to the breastplates of the ancient dead in style. Perhaps hailing back to some cultural crossover when those ancient dead of the Northern Empire, which spread across many lands, may have visited these harsh southern deserts. Now that's not bad. What's he got here? 20... Okay. I mean, is that enough for now? I think it... No. Oh, that's actually less. But if we get it now and patch it up, we can get someone to wear it who's going to be frontlining. 50... 20... Oh, goodness. Right, okay. Now let's see what task we have. We have the alchemist here, who is, of course, stocked with highly expensive consumable items. Ooh, that's a lot of money. We have a temple here, where they are willing to tend to the needy. A weaponsmith, where fine articles of war may be purchased with which to dispatch our opponents. Ooh, two-handed scimitar. That's a lot of money. This isn't a very southern weapon. This has clearly been brought here by someone who died or just sold it so he could help pay for his journey home. I do like the look of that mace. That is a fancy looking mace. You could really mash up someone's head with that. And we have the arena. Yeah, let's not go there just yet. We're not quite ready. But contracts await. You enter Sabdi al-Aziz, the Grand Vizier's room. He's feeding on fruits, and his lower half is submerged in a sea of flesh. A harem of caretakers who are noisily at work. Standing idly for far too long, you open your mouth, but the man throws a hand up. He points at one of his servants and snaps his fingers. I can't click my fingers very well. I tend to... don't always manage it. Don't know if the microphone picked that up. That was some attempts. The servant skirts across the marble floor on sandals with silken soles. He presents to you a piece of paper. It reads, "To crownlings who are interested, nomads have taken to disturbing the peace around Al-Lanoir. They are to be dealt with post-haste for a reward of 500 crowns. Uninterested parties are to leave immediately." The servant looks at you for an answer. "I can make this problem disappear." He smiles. "This will make you a rich man, my friend. You'll be paid 500 crowns when the contract is done." Well then, we shall accept, because this is a vizier. We're not going to haggle prices with a vizier. A common trader, yeah, absolutely. A politician who could have us executed if we offend him? Not so much. Maybe later when our reputation has grown. Vanishing stones east of Al-Lanoir. Do they vanish beneath a sea of sand every time there's a sandstorm? Let's go find out. That's more east-northeast, really. And directly east. And yet the desert awaits us. Its great heat burning down upon us as the sun seems to grow ever closer. Oh, look at this. Vanishing stones. There's literally sand piled up on top of them. I like it. Locations in the desert, so no fortifications or anything. Let's go in and have some fun. Oh well, we can't tell what we're facing. We're inside an old stone building. Right, 5 enemies. Let us take a... No, you're out of range. Let's wait and let them approach. Radwan should... Actually, he's going to wait as well. Same goes for Junaid. I see fortifications. The scouts fibbed. They did not tell me anything. Here's some of these vanishing stones. Perhaps people sneak out here in the middle of the night and steal these stones to add to their buildings. Nazar, look, we got this guy down here with a spear shield, and he can come up to about 1, 2, 3 to there. Actually, no, maybe 4. Right, we're going to risk it. Can we crunk him in? Nope. Okay, tried. And now we're going to have some fun with our expensive weapon. We're going to light the fuse and point the spear in this direction. Oh, that's some nice damage. Burnt hands. Oh, that's new injuries. Nice. Yeah, we don't like you with your shield. We're just going to shoot at you. There we go. And spear up to prevent these from flanking round this way. And then, just lob a few stones at him, would you? Excellent. So far, so good. And oh, he's thrown sand in his face! We never get to do that. It's not very fair. It feels like cheating when they do that. Good spear stab. Abani is earning his pay today. Nazar, can you deck this bloke into the ground? No, but you can apparently give him a sprained ankle and make him staggered. A condition I don't entirely remember. Tawid. Shoot this man right in the neck. Oh, beautiful. And Junaid, sling stones at him, as if he was a hyena or jackal come to steal your sheep. Excellent. Radwan, I did set this on veteran, didn't I? This does not feel the same as the Lone Wolf start. I'm actually going to move up to here to threaten this Nomad Cutthroat because it will lower his defense for ganging up bonuses. Which does mean he can now come down here and give him a fractured hand. Alright. We'll take a shot on him because he's no longer in combat. Batter this one with a hammer. Yes! And Abani now cannot relight the fuse, because obviously the charge is gone. Hey you, stone to the head. Just in case. Oh well, we tried. We tried. And you get stabbed. And you get stabbed at again. We will use lots of ammunition. Oh yes. Beautiful. Oh, we got a nice mace. Some bludgeons, which basically are wooden clubs, which shouldn't even have any metal on the end at all. It should be like a weighted end. Another shield and leather head wrap. Awesome. Let's go back and get our pay. And of course I'm going to set these to repair. Right. Who deserves this the most? I mean, it's probably going to be a Barney, to be honest. This is only 20? Okay, I mean, that looks quilted, right? That looks seriously quilted. I'd imagine it might have been a slightly higher armor rating. But okay, oh, that is in need of repairs as well. And you get a fancy leather head wrap, because it might help keep him alive for a while. After we complete this contract, I think we might be wanting to... I mean, there is a second one, but I'm thinking we might want to head off to another wealthy city-state in search of new members of the company. 2 to 4 days recovering from injuries. Yes, so that would give us time on the road to recover as well. Also, we have a lot of rice, which is something I'd usually associate more with the Far East rather than the Middle East. Which is foolish, I know. You try to enter Sabti al-Aziz, the Grand Vizier's room, but a large, scarred guard lowers the business end of a polearm across the door. No visitors. You state that you have business with the Vizier. The guard shakes his head. No, you don't. A servant comes up behind you and puts a satchel in your arms and then departs just as fast. The guard returns the polearm to his side. Your trivialities of the Vizier concluded when you first departed his presence. You are not to poison his mood any further. Leave, now, before you poison mine. Well, we got 500 crowns. Pleasure doing business with you. We got paid, at least. And this ties into what I said about how the employers in the south definitely have a different flavour to them. I don't necessarily want to hire indebted. I can hire indebted as a non-manhunter company. It's a nice way to treat them. And the indebted, if you're not playing a manhunter campaign, the indebted you take, it's a background, but they don't have the disadvantages of the indebted in a manhunter company, where they are just treated really horribly. And whipped and beaten. Let's take a look at this contract at least and see what it is. A servant boy carries a leash of slaves in one hand and a note in the other. He presents the letter, which carries written instruction to meet with a set of merchants. They announce that they are travelling to Hikmah, about a day to the east, under orders of the Gilder and Vizier alike, and need protection. For this, your services are needed, and will be paid for quite handsomely. Alright. Caravan missions can be dangerous, but we're being paid to go to another location where there will probably be employment. I still feel this man's cloak, like the blue cloak and the white on the chest, gives the impression of a Napoleonic uniform with like blue sleeves, like the blue coat open and white shirt underneath. Ugh. What's the pay? He gesticulates with his hands, pointing at his fingers as if counting something, but it means nothing to you. Judging from experience, with this payment for the task, you'll be paid 2 crowns per head you arrive with for up to 15 heads, and another 120 when the job is done. We want to be paid more. We're going to haggle now, like we're down in the south. Very well. Given your demands, I offer you this. You are to receive 2 crowns per head you arrive with, 15 heads at most, and another 140 when the job is done. Okay, we've got an extra 20. Good. Let us ask ourselves if we want to buy something fancy. 286 for a normal malicious spear. Yeah, maybe we don't want to buy something that fancy. Right, ammunition. Yeah, let's buy some highly overpriced ammunition. And we'll sell off those 2 bludgeons. We don't need food because it's a caravan escort mission. I like this light southern mace. It's better than the nomad mace. And the nomad mace is worse off than a northern mace. The light southern mace is similar to a northern mace, but I can't remember if there are some slight differences. Throwing spear. Oh, it's like a Roman javelin, essentially, like a pilum. Yeah, intended to wreck shields. That is a high price for incense. That is a high price for silk. We should not be picking these up. It's a high price for dyes. Very well, let us be on our way. Let's hope we are not beset by foul enemies. As is customary, you assemble the men to explain the company's next steps. Brothers, the ill Aluk must show the world we are forged of a hotter fire than other mercenary bands. As our reputation grows, so will the influx of crowns to our coffers. Let us forge a path to greatness. We need allies, because it's the easiest one to do. Forging a bond of friendship and trust with one of the towns will get the company better prices, more volunteers, and more steady work. Let's do it. Look at us, acting like a bunch of northern mercenaries there in the little illustration. Oh, there's a pack of hyenas. Those things are deadly to starting companies. They're not so bad later on. They're actually rather similar to the Nachzeras in that they are a little bit hard to hit, pretty fragile, have terrible morale, but can hit pretty hard if they gang up on you, although they do inflict lots of bleeds, and I mean a lot of bleeding attacks. And now we arrive at Hikmah. Reaching Hikmah, the caravan leader strikes up a conversation as if the 2 of you might have something in common. He is giving you an extra 20 crowns after all. He talks of his younger days when he was a spry young man who could have done this or that. Apparently he missed out on a lot of fighting. What a shame. Bored of his talk, you ask the man to pay you so you can get out of this wretched place, or get into it and get another job. What does Hikmah have to offer us? They have sandstorms in the areas. Howling sandstorms have engulfed the city and hinder traders both from entering and leaving it safely. Goods are becoming more rare and prices higher. Oh, that is not a good sign. They are, however, well supplied, so goods are also cheaper. Oh, is this well supplied more to do? Well, let's find out what we got. We got the alchemist here. If we wanted to spend that much money, we could have a potion of knowledge. That's a lot of money. Potions seem to work a bit differently now. You use them out of combat. Some of them you use out of combat and then they apply to the next fight. Like these 2. Whereas this is like the kind of thing you use in combat. Bizarre. Overindulgence may lead to sickness. Interesting. Thing is, it is the Night Owl Elixir. It's blatantly a Witcher potion. You know, it's just got to be used for the Beast Hunter's origin if you're playing that one. A powder bag. A bag of black powder used for arming exotic firearms. It is automatically refilled after each. This could be used for like I don't know if it can be used for fire lance, but it could be used for something else more expensive later on. Jiffrey, not Jeffrey, Jiffrey. A couple of indebted. Roger, the hunter. The great northern hunter has travelled south to slay he's level 3! Junaid al-Sabag? Or Sabag? Atik al-Faradi. You know what? I'm really tempted actually. Firi al-Faradi, Manhunter, Zahiri, Manhunter. Ooh! Sadan ibn Jalaf, a nomad. So that's probably like equivalent to a raider. Very expensive, very experienced. Maybe if we do a couple of jobs and get really well paid, we could hire him. We have a taxidermist who can make things if we get things. We don't have things to make things with. We have a temple and an armourer. Oh, nice. Now, this southern mail shirt ticks me off a little, right? It is equivalent to the northern basic mail shirt. It's slightly cheaper, has one less fatigue penalty and the same armor value, so it shouldn't really be cheaper because it's lighter, right? That is a nice item. Oh, a Sipar shield. I like it. Another Sipar shield. Very different design. Are these like bucklers? It looks bigger than a buckler, right? I'm not... 18. Yeah, I think they are bigger than a buckler because they're not wooden. They're actually made of metal. And this is some fancy armor right there. Alright, there's a couple of contracts here. I think we should indulge. You enter Aslam al-Tabar, the Vizier of War's place, to find him standing over a fancy rug littered with human body parts. He looks up at you. These were beast slayers, allegedly, and now here they are, recovered from the task at which they were directed. The Vizier nods and a few helpers come over and roll up the rug. Flesh and guts flop and squeeze together and gush out the sides. The servants tilt the rug up, throw it onto their shoulders and march it out, with one dismembered hand flopping lazily from one end. Aslam al-Tabar, the Vizier of War, claps his hands. In the desert lives my problem, a collection of cruel beasts that are harvesting the locals. I stared into the eternal fires and found guidance to seek a crownling to help resolve this monstrous issue. Do you, crownling, find 410 crowns a suitable allotment to purchase your temporary allegiance? This is our kind of work, Aslam al-Tabar. He smiles. This will make you a rich man, friend. You'll get 80 crowns in advance and another 330 when the job is done. Look, he's a vizier, and he's the Vizier of War. He could set the army on us if we upset him. Let's not haggle, at least not yet. Hunt down what terrorizes Hikmah, and we don't even know what it is. I think we need another body for this. I think we need a Atik al-Faradi. And we've got a spear and a shield ready. And, ooh, some fancy head protection. Alright. Radwan, it's going to take a while for that hand to get better, and he's not going to be very good for us. There is a temple, and we will treat his wound. This does mean we're probably not going to be able to hire Roger, the ridiculously expensive. Sadan would be nice to hire, actually. If we get paid for this one, I will seriously consider it. Fortunately, the beasts that... Serpents! 3 ginormous serpents of the sands! Let us face them. Well, this'll be fun. Tawid, you have a bow. Do not be afraid to use it. Let them come closer first because they're out of range. Right. It's not much use us trying to maintain a formation at the moment. Let the snake come slithering across the sands. My goodness, it's massive. I know Abani looks like he's in a spear wall stance, but he really isn't. I don't know if shield wall will make it harder for them to drag us out, but we can discover that together. Tawid, take aim and fire. Good shot, I will take it. And Junaid, if you could just like pepper him with stones to discourage him from closing too quickly, that would be ideal. Right, shield up. Shield up. Wait, because here they come. So, when the snakes pull a brother into danger, it does mean they have good opportunities for surrounding. I like this work. Look, not what I was aiming for, but I'll take it. Again, hey, we scatter. Ooh. Okay, that didn't seem to make much of a difference. Oh my goodness, okay. See, now we can't really help him. So we need to just get in there and do some damage, and that was pathetic. I think Nazar should wait in case he gets dragged in. Can we? Yeah! Oh! Okay, that's a problem. Shield up and try to live. Okay, he didn't get dragged in, he just has to rush in. Oh, Atik, we just hired you. Okay, can we get the kill here? Yes! Good. If we get to lower this serpent's morale, even better. I think Tawid should try and maintain a safe distance, because he's okay, look, we're just going to shoot this one and stab him with a spear and miss. Okay, we missed. Can we get this one instead? Is he? Yeah, he got dragged in. Oh well. And the only one we can reach is the one who's already gone. Oh, crushed ribs. Well, to be fair, you know, snakes don't really have arms or legs, so there's a limited amount of body parts you can really land a blow on. Oh, ow. We just need to try and do as much damage as we can. In the hope that we lower their morale. Right, Junaid, get your knife out. Panic! And stab that one. Yes! Because it's less healthy, and now maybe we get the kill. We absolutely do not get the kill. Come on. Atik gave his life to defeat these serpents. Don't let his sacrifice be in vain. We want Tawid here seeking an opening. Oh no, another one! Perilous are the creatures of the sand. So's a great big hammer. Which misses, so not that perilous after all, really. What a shame. Come on, you snake, we will mess you up. We will, honestly. It's gonna happen. Just not quite yet. Maybe now. Yeah! No one recovered. We did get some nice levels out of it. We got some rainbow scales, sought after by jewelers and trophy hunters from our lands. I'm going to try and keep all the new items. This might just be a selling item, but we might actually be able to craft with it. So I'm going to hold on to things for a while. You crouched before one of the sand serpents. From one end to the other, you could lay flat a few times over and still not reach its full length. Oh. That's really... You could lie flat a few times over and still not reach its full length. Lay is an inappropriate word to use here. A fascinating snake, to be sure. You start skinning them to return the wares to Aslam Al-Tabar, the Vizier of War, as proof. And back to Hikmah we shall go, but first... We'll set that to repair. And we have some levelling to do. Tawid is an archer. He will be a little easier to do. We're going to take some range skill, some range defense, and I think this time, initiative. We will give him fast adaptation. Now, this isn't as good as it seems. Bonuses reset upon landing a hit. If you miss and still hit something like a rock or a tree or a bush or another person, it resets. Hitting another person, that's fine. Hitting things that were just obstacles, not quite so fine. But for an archer, it's still a reasonably good perk to start out with. Now, Nazar needs the fatigue. He needs the melee skill. He needs a melee defense, but that is quite a high health roll, so we'll take that. And he's not currently using a shield, so let's get him lots and lots of health. Now, the fact that the health increase also reduces the chance to receive injuries makes it really good. Now, Abani here. Oh, that is a low number. Okay. These are really good, though. Okay, let's give him 3 melee defense, 4 range defense, and 4 health. And looking at all the options, What is Headhunter? It's, what thematically goes well with Headhunter? I mean, I want to say Crippling Strikes, really. There we go. Nice. Now, Radwan, he's got a way to go yet. He's not ready for a level. But let's head back into Hikmah and get our pay. You meet with the employer in his garden. You meet with employer in his garden. There's a word missing there. You meet with your employer in his garden. He stares at you with a pair of clipping scissors in hand. I take it the task is completed. Nodding, you produce a serpent's head and throw it to the ground. It plops mutely and rolls to the vizier's foot, which slowly moves out of the way. Aslam Al-Tabar, the Vizier of War, looks at you sternly. Theatrics are not necessary, Crownling. It is the completion of the task itself which is suitable in impressing me. My guards will furnish your purse with a weight of 410 crowns as agreed upon, minus the 80 we were given in advance. So I like that, the way he just like slowly moves his foot out of the way. He doesn't do it quickly because he doesn't, maintains his composure. The minimum motion required. A successful hunt. And now, Sadan we could do with an experienced man. That's going to cost us. That's going to cost us a fortune. And an experienced man Sadan is. He comes with a nomad leather cap, which is a nice protective piece of headgear. A nomad robe, we can probably get him something better. A spear and an adaga shield. And he's also 2nd level already. He is greedy, so he's going to ask for loads of money. He's already had loads of money. And he's scared of greenskins. To be fair, he probably hasn't met any yet down here in the south, but when he does, he will be mortified. I'm seeing lots of fatigue and melee skill, a bit of range skill. He could actually be quite good with a 200 weapon. Oh, that 3 is good though. Right. That's good. That's good. He's got a shield, so we don't need to rush that, but yeah, the health will be good. His resolve is low though. We might want to work on that. Let's give him lots of health because he might end up being a two-handed weapon wielder as well. Is this wound treated? It is treated. Great. So we don't need to treat it again. Taxidermist, can you make anything with what we got? No, you cannot. Alchemist, you're very expensive. Marketplace. I mean, we could get some more food. Probably should get some more food. We should get a bit of variety of food. Let's get some fish. However, let's try and do the next job first because we just spent a lot of money. You find Nazar ibn Nuh of Hikmah feeding a bird in a cage. The bird is a collage of colours, some of which you're not sure you've even seen before. Suspecting your presence, or perhaps smelling it, Nazar ibn Nuh of Hikmah turns with a hint of disgust. You are scaring my bird, Groundling, so I will make this brief for her sake. There are nomads roaming the peripheral of my lands. I'm sure he means periphery. And I need them destroyed. I'm sure a man of your station would be willing to undertake such a simple, easy task. Well, let's talk some more about payment. He's dressed kind of fancy. He might be important. He jingles a bag of coins. This will be yours if you help me out on this. You'll get 470 crowns when the contract is done. Can we get a bit in advance? No, no, no! You are to receive 470 crowns when the contract is done. Very well, that is what we shall receive. Now, where is the periphery of his lands? Oh, it's up there. Okay, that's fine. And as we pass under the baking sun, past these old bones of something with large tusks, and these fallen pillars, we head towards the sand-covered ruins, where our foes await. Let's go get them before the sun sets. Damn it, it's getting dark. Too dark to see what we are facing, I see. You know, this would be a really nice place to stand. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. One moment. Okay, yeah, let's take a risk. And we get him way up here. And here our foes come. Damn it! They got one in time. Nazar! Do him in! Break his arm. Sorry, his leg. Man, he's getting a lot of leg shots in. And Abani. We'll have to get an Adani now, just so I can make that mistake again. Right. Tawid. That cleaver looks dangerous. It belongs in a butcher's. Okay, that's bad. Shield up. Make good use of it. Then again, the shield will... I would say it's more of a... But no, because it's like Greeks and Romans, so it's not that much more of a northern thing. Alright, we are going to run here and not engage just yet. That was a nice stab. And now we're going to try for a puncture, which probably won't work. Oh, hurt his hand. My god, the damage. The red one never did get second level. Okay, that stun is bad news. We're going to go for you like hell. And then we're going to come up to here. And here. And discharge the fire lance. Man, it didn't even go to the second target. Okay. I'm going to swap back to my bow. Because this bloke could be a major problem. Man, we paid him loads of money and everything. might not even make it through this mission. Oh my goodness, we are... Yep, now it's starting to feel more like our recent experiences with the Lone Wolf start. You buggers, he cost me over 1,000 crowns. Actually, that's really bad. Oh my god! Well, I suppose I'll be starting a new company then. What a horrific incident. I mean, they're only cutthroats, right? They should be similar to Brigand Thugs, and he's gonna... Oh, okay. Sure. We'll try and shoot him then. That worked, but now he closes with our archer and messes up his day. Oh! I always hate losing a founding brother of the company. It feels like such a great loss. Then again, these raggedy individuals are suffering pretty horrific losses of their own. This one hopefully loses his life before he gets another turn. Nope. Let's try and make him bleed. Didn't work. Man, we lost Nazar. Okay, we got some of their gear back, but that was a really expensive loss for us. We're going to have to return to Hikmah and recruit. Keep the company going. Man, we just cannot afford to use the 200 weapons this early on. Well look, whoever we hire has a lot of equipment options available to them. Okay? And I do mean a lot. And we'll be returning at night as well. Wonderful. You know what though? We should absolutely rest to recover some health quicker and, you know, repair equipment faster. Man, not one of those three fallen men recovered. A servant heads you off from meeting Nazar ibn Nu of Hikmah. He hands you a scroll as well as a satchel. Despite having already handed you the paper, the servant puts his hand behind his back and looks at the ceiling as he recites, "The crownling is rewarded 470 crowns as per prior arrangements. Having taken his reward, he is dismissed from the property post-haste." The servant looks down at you and nods. "Leave," he says. Well, we leave. And mourn our fallen comrades. My goodness, it's all so expensive. The unfree Milad. Seriously? He's a strange fellow, Milad. We'll take Junaid al-Sabag. We knew a man called Junaid once. He wasn't like you. But you get a spear and a shield. Don't you feel special? In fact, you get a bit more protection as well. You're going to need it. Let's wait for someone with really good potential to give this to, and he is a dastard. A dastardly coward. Great. That's all we need. Well, while we're here, let's sell that club and a couple of these maces. Sell the butcher's cleaver. And I'd really like to... Let's hire Jifri as well. I would not say that Jifri's potential is great. In fact, I would say that he is potentially a victim waiting to perish. And he's paranoid as well. He's like, "Why are you giving me all this nice fancy gear? Are you going to just like put me out in front to die?" Well, yes, blatantly, but hey, at least try to pretend you're going to enjoy it or something. Right, man, we just took such heavy losses there. That was rough. But there is a new contract available. Which means I might hire Zahiri, maybe? Yeah, let's do it. Let's hire a manhunter. And see if... Okay, he's got a club. We'll replace his club with a nomadic mace. And he could be a very... Yeah! He could be a very stalwart defensive company member. We'll give him a shield as a backup weapon for when he's thrown his net. Okay. I think, before I take this one though, I should end the episode here, because I've been playing for a bit of, a fair while now, probably about an hour. So, I hope you've all enjoyed this episode, and I do look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'm going to say bye-bye for now, and cheerio!